Yeah. Good morning, Facebook friends and family. Um, Boy, a little foggy out here. Anyways, I hope you can see this. I'm about to take my morning walk down through the jungle and thought I'd take you with. It's kind of a pretty good slope down here. You can see I haven't done much with the pile of tree logs over there yet. It's been pretty doggone warm here. Temperatures in the 90s and low hundreds. Had to grab my favorite walking stick here. Yeah, it's my shovel. Anyway, Rufus is still getting some work done on him, so he's not down here. But see, I've got a bit of brush piled up here. As soon as it quits raining long enough to dry some of this stuff back out again, we'll get down here and get a fire going. But yeah, there's the house. All right. Anyways, I try to walk here every morning. I walk the perimeter and zigzag up and down through the forest, if you will. At any rate, the forest or the jungle or whatever you would like it called. There's a big pile of mulch there that will end up getting burned. And this is about 40 feet long or so. Anyway. I won't bore you with a whole lot of stuff, but I've I've come to learn that some of these doggone Tarzan vines aren't very friendly. They're actually these guys growing up. You know what that is? That's poison ivy. And right alongside of it, the shiny one, that guy's a briar. And I had just sprayed about 30 bucks worth of glyphosate and triclopyr down here. The forecast wasn't calling for rain. And of course, as soon as I sprayed it, it was nice and hot and everything was nice and thirsty, and I figured, oh, it's going to have a good drink. About 4 hours later, cloud burst. So I've just got to wait until it dries out a little bit more. This little gully here leading down to the creek was a big snake pit. You can't really tell, I don't think, what this looks like in terms of elevation, but you see something's been burrowing down in there. But this is walking downhill a few degrees down through this gully. And of course, I'm being ever so wary of our little slithery buddies, because I'm actually hunting them, and they know it. So I haven't seen one down here in over a week. creek is low, which is rather surprising given the amount of rain that we've had here lately. So right, this is the part of the property I called China Beach. And if you look right up here, there's a hill. This hill rises up, probably about 5 feet up, and I'm calling that Calvary Hill. Yep, I'm crunching over sticks, and all of this stuff here I pulled out of the creek. There was a little dam stoppage there, and pull that stuff up out. You hear the birds? Evidently the hawks, which there's a rather large nest right up in there. Evidently the hawks are either out hunting or they're taking a nap. So they've got a nest of babies up there, and you can hear them from time to time. Not right now, of course. That creek is going to be so pretty when the beavers build the dam. Still have some more cleanup down here to do. Actually, quite a bit. And all along through here, you see all of this mulch. This is from all the trees and whatnot that were shredded by the deforesting machine. Some of this mulch isn't exactly small. I mean, there's my size 13 waffle stomper alongside of a big chunk of it. So, and that's not even a big chunk. I won't keep you on through the whole walk, but I just figured you'd want to see what's going on down here, maybe. And it's also good for my memories, because my memory stinks. Facebook's memory, I guess, is pretty good. And one of the reasons I got so interested in photography was because my memory was terrible, and it's actually getting worse. So I need this to help remind me of where I've been and what I've done and when I did it and who I did it with, things like that. So I don't see any armadillos this morning. Last time we saw them, they were right over in here. It's the northern edge of the property. Climbing uphill here. Yeah, you see that Tarzan vine? Yeah, so I actually swung from that the other day. Not very far. I mean, probably only about 4 or 5 feet, but it holds my weight just fine. Probably hold the weight of you, me, and 2 or 3 other people. How big is it? Well, let's see here. There's my hand. and I don't necessarily have small hands. So I would say that this guy's probably 1.5 inches across. And how high up? Well, to the first branch, which is not where he's anchored, but that's probably 25, 30 feet up. And yes, it's mosquito season here. It'd be a whole lot worse if we had not cleaned up down here. Right in through here, we used to have a big den. And this big den, right in through here, is full of snakes and armadillos, which evidently don't mind co-residing in the same burrow. I don't particularly care for that notion, but see all these little holes here. The armadillos get out here and just for scale, here's my shovel tip. They're digging out grubs. Now the grubs here are rather pretty good size. I've seen some of them as big around as my little finger. Now the notion here is eventually to get some sort of a driveway from, plant my shovel here, from up here at the motorhome all the way down here so not necessarily to bring the motorhome down here, but to have good access. And we want to put in a storm shelter down here. Yeah, because we don't have a basement to go hiding in when the tornadoes come. So at any rate, over there, well, I'll zoom in here. Right in this area here, I want to put in probably a 20-foot long storage container and then anchor it into the ground. I'm going to excavate, kind of dig it down a little bit and put that storage container in there. And that will be our refuge in the case of a tornado. But all of those poles I wanted to use as a perimeter, or a containment if you will, cable them together and run them lengthwise down from on top, and then get a bunch of fill dirt and rock and whatnot to go in there. So that's generally the idea. This is all cedar mulch from every one of the cedar trees. I'm allergic to cedar, and evidently bugs are too, and snakes don't like it much. So all this mulch right now is providing good ground cover, not a lot of erosion issues right in here. But looking back at the creek, so that's that. And one last pass here. From up here where the gate is, I'm at about midpoint. And that's it. Have a good day.